Can you pull up that one story about what Gavin Newsom does with the water and the fish? I want to finish this first before we go to the next segment that has to do, probably for me, on how change is coming to California, Rob. Play the clip of Newsom talking about the fish. You just showed me the video on text. You have it somewhere around there. If you can just find that clip and show it. Yeah, it should be somewhere right there. Is this the one about fish and what they did?
Yes, the dams.
Okay, the dams. That's right. Watch this here. Go for it.
Governor Kate Brown, Governor Gavin Newsom, U.S. Secretary of Interior Deb Haaland, and tribal leaders all coming together to celebrate the world's largest dam removal along the Klamath River Thursday. The groups meeting at Iron Gate Fish Hatchery in Hornbrook. Last month, the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission issued the final approval of the historic plan to remove 4 dams on the Klamath River in California and Oregon. The decision is a culmination of years of work on the project's licensee, PacifiCorp, Pacific Power's parent company, on the parts of Oregon and California, and several state and local agencies, along with several tribes.
The folks out there that exercised your leadership every single day, that dialectic that we had throughout this process, where you expected and demanded more. You expressed that at times, and sometimes it was uncomfortable. Other times it was absolutely justifiable.
I just want to right here. This is in the clip. It's the other clip you had at the top. That's the fish, Rob. The fish.
This one?
Yeah, go for it. Watch this.
Largest dam removal project in U.S. history and one of the most significant, if not the most significant, water restoration project, bringing back salmon and steelhead into this basin. This project could not have happened without extraordinary partnerships with tribal nations,
right?
Of course, our partners in the north.
Watch this. Pause it. And go to the article that was sent about the 50% of state water. 55% of state water was just sent your way. Is this the one? Okay, so watch this. Gavin Newsom still agitating for urban water restrictions while ignoring 50% of state's water sent to the Pacific. California reservoirs were designed to provide a steady 5-year supply for all users and were filled up to the top in June of 2019. He said, nah, we have to take care of fish. That's what we have to do. And by the way, some of the rumors came out about the fact that water wasn't there, not enough firefighters to fight the fires.
Caruso said it, Pat. Caruso was called in and goes, the fire department was showing up and they're like, there's no water in the fire hydrants. Like, what the hell are we talking about? And where's the accountability going to be? What's his name was right. The actor's right. Because we're going to jump on to the next disaster whenever it comes. Who's going to hold this guy accountable?
Is this the one that Caruso says there's no water?
Is this Robbie?
Yeah, there's a great clip because I'm going to find it, but they go from that phone call to the news reporter says, well, we haven't seen any evidence that there is a lack of access to water. Then they go straight to a field reporter who goes, they have no water.
There's no water.
What, Rob, I don't know if you can just do this real quick. Pull up a map of the United States, if you don't mind. Rob.
Hang on, let's...
While you're doing that.
I can only do one thing.
Yeah, let him. I definitely want to see that video.
I'm sorry.
Find the Caruso clip, if you can. I see stuff here. Is this the one?
This clip gives perspective to people in America who don't know about this stuff.
Former LA mayoral candidate and real estate developer Rick Caruso criticizing the city's response to the windstorm and fires. He says officials should have been more prepared.
The real issue to me is twofold. We've had decades to go remove the brush in these hills that spreads so quickly. And the second is you got to have water. And my understanding is the reservoir was not refilled in time and in a timely manner to keep the hydrants going. So that's a failure, whether on DWP's part or another city agency. But this is basic stuff. This isn't high science here. And it's all about leadership and management that we're seeing a failure of. And all of these residents are paying the ultimate price for that.
Despite what you have heard from Caruso, no firefighters have told us that they are running out of water.
And let's go out to Gigi Graciette. She is live in Pacific Palisades. I know your signal's not the best, but Gigi, what can you tell us?
Well, firefighters have told me they have no water on this block, and you may be able to make out the emberstorm that we're in the middle of right now.
Oh, my God.
Is going to be a total
This is
loss.
when you try to, what a way to go that she says no firefighters have told us this.
Well, let's talk about what was that reporter doing? That reporter was politicizing the point. Who is she
right.
trying to protect? Protecting leadership. There are two things. There's just two things in California that are issues here. Number one is power management, and number two is forestry management. Forestry management, cutting the lines. You fly on an airplane and you see those power lines up there with those large, look like robots standing, that are carrying power lines. And you look at the way that there would be almost like little valleys cut. That is done intentionally to provide fire breaks and to provide access there. The second thing that Rick Caruso brings up is there is proper brush management. And with all of the loss in California and the budget that's been used for everything but, right, we're going to, you lose it. Now, let's go, water. Here's the impact. What you didn't hear there, let me translate it for you, America. When it snows in the mountains and it melts in the spring, all the water comes down, becomes a creek, becomes a river. And where does the river ultimately go? Out to the ocean. Mm-hmm. And long ago they said, maybe we should put reservoirs here because that's fresh water. And we could collect the water so it doesn't just go into the ocean and collect it in reservoirs. And then we could pump it for people. We could use it for fire. We could use it for a lot of things because there's a lot of people moving to California, a lot of people here. That's what that Governor Newsom, in the name of some fish, said, we're removing these dams. And when they remove the dams create the reservoirs. So now go to LA and there's management of dams and reservoirs weren't refilled. And if you fly into LA or Burbank, you look down and you'll see these great big, what are those lakes on top of the mountains? Those are reservoirs there to feed and protect, the people of Los Angeles. And it is irresponsible management. I take you back to the election. Forget that it was about Trump. Go look at the red versus blue. It was bigger than just Trump. The people of California are screaming for leadership. Orange County went red. Outside San Diego went red. California got this huge squeeze in red. If that election was held today, this isn't about whether Trump carries California or not. It's about whether the people are screaming for new leadership or not. And they had an opportunity under Larry Elder, but it just didn't get done. But now we've had 2 more seasons of Wildfires and this. And you see that? That red there, forget what it stands for. Just say from 2020, 2024, people are getting increasingly unhappy and increasingly discontent with leadership. They want something different.
This morning, we're announcing limited edition hats because inauguration is on the 20th. Not this Monday, but it's the following Monday. These hats are hats that we've been working on having for a while. It's the 4547 Future Looks Bright hat with the American flag on the side and the VT logo on the side, and it's numbered. And if you look at the inside, it's the limited edition ones are the only ones where you see Future Looks Bright everywhere on the inside, and they're numbered 1 out of 50. These are going to go for $99. These will go in no time, and they'll sell on eBay. We see them all the time for $500,000, $2,000. Some of them sell for $3,000. This will go for in no time. The $250 numbered in no time. Okay. Now there's matching shirts that comes with this. Okay, with 4547 Future Looks Bright with the American flag on the back with Valuetainment. Rob has the one with white 4547 on it. If the camera can zoom in on Rob. Okay. Vinny's got the one with the gray. If you can put this over there, Vinny, with you. And he's got the sweater. So we have the shirt, the sweater, and then there's addition. These are the numbered ones. Then we have these additional ones. That's 4547, red, white, and blue. This is not a lot of supply. But here's what we're doing. The shirts are also here with it. For those of you that are proud that this victory took place and you supported him and you believe the future looks bright and you like all these challenges he's putting out there with folks reacting saying, wait a minute, we should call Gulf of Mexico, Gulf of America. Yes. What's going on with Greenland? All these policies coming up with, if you support him and you support Valuetainment, you might want to go get the skier. And anything you purchase today, we just made this announcement 30 minutes ago. I had a call with our VP of Finance, Tom and Chris from Merch. 100% of all purchase. Guys, we're going to have probably one of the biggest, that's going to be the biggest day of 2025 in purchases today because we've been working to launch these hats in a long time, the 4547. 100% of purchases made all day today, 24 hours, will go to families that are being affected by the fires in California. By the way, we're not giving the money to a charity and then, hey, here, do whatever you want to do with it. We want families that are being affected. You're saying somebody, your mother lost that. I'm getting stories that are coming in right now with, it just doesn't make sense what's going on there. The worst fire they've had ever in Southern California. People are being decimated, devastated. Stories, people that build houses that have been living there for 20, 30, 40 years, generationally living in Palisades are being affected by it. But I'm talking average day-to-day families, folks that are affected. Send us a story, Manek, whatever other way you want to get a hold of us. If there's stories that we want directly, hearing those testimonies, whatever we sell today, 100% is going to families affected by the fire in California. So if you watch Valuetainment, you watch PBD Podcast, you're a fan of this, whatever you purchase, you're not just purchasing that. And I'm not saying profits, 100% of revenue today from merch, not just profit. That could be a very big number. 100% of revenue is going to go to families in California.
Amen.
Support the cause. I lived there for 24 years of my life. Everywhere I've lived, I've never lived in a place more than California. It's a very special place for me. I have some of my favorite people in the world that live over there, some of my favorite memories over there. I got married in California, too. My boys were born in California. Tom and I met in California. My wife and I met in California. Relationships, all of those memories, I want to make sure we do our part to support those in California. Thank you for your support. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.